So this video will be followed on days we're not running, and it's going to be for strengthening the hamstrings. So on running days, you can do these as warm-up, but they're mostly for every other day. So I'm gonna run you through one round, and you'll follow this video 3 times through. The first thing we'll do, set our hands under our low back. If we had a big belt buckle, we're gonna tilt it up toward the face to slightly press into the hands with the low back. We lift, after that pelvic tilt, we lift up 2 to 3, maybe 4 inches here. And all we're gonna do is hold our hands at the front of our hips and try to slide and retract 1 foot at a time. And you're gonna feel your hamstring pull. And as I reach this leg, you're gonna feel the want to drop the hip. But we wanna keep that hip up as we slide back and forth. So both hips, headlights point straight up to the sky, and we keep the same height, tailbone from the floor. We're just sliding. You'll slide a little further every time. I'm limited by the wall in front of me, but you'll slide a little further. If you cramp the hamstrings, relax, shake it out, pick back up, and resume until we've done 10 slides each side. And each slide should get a little further with each rep. Now after the slides, we'll go toes, feet pointed towards one another like this, and set the outsides of the feet on the floor. The first one, you'll bring your heels as close to your butt as possible. Smash the low back, lift the belt buckle, and lift the hips only about 1 to 3 inches off the ground. So a little lower here. Knees stay wide as if someone was pushing them together. Push wide. You'll feel these tissues and the hamstrings. And we're gonna hold this up until failure. Keep holding. You'll feel like you're teetering a little bit because we're on such a narrow point of support. Try to control the knees from teetering left and right. And let down. The next one we're gonna reach, instead of this, we'll go, this is really close to the hips, we'll go a little bit further away this time. Knees stay wide, hips up 2 to 3 inches with that pelvic tuck. And we're gonna hold here, trying not to let it lean side to side. The further the feet get away from the body, the harder it'll be to hold. Try to be even on both sides. You'll notice one glute and side of the leg will fire more than the other. Try to even it out by moving the knees around a little. And then eventually we'll fail out. If you go further, just pause the video, don't worry about it. The last one will go way further away. This will be the hardest one, and we'll lift that tilted pelvis up and hold with wide knees. Feel free to support the head on a pillow if you need to. Keep your feet together. And relax. So again, that's one round. There's one more exercise, so didn't mean to get you excited there. We're gonna come back up like this, and now instead of shimmying one at a time, we're gonna go back and forth at the same time. Now this is a little frictiony with my socks, but you're gonna basically, so it's actually not working at all now that the mat has heated up from the sun. But basically you lift your hips up, and you're just gonna take your feet, hardwood is best with socks, and you're gonna shimmy until they cramp. So send me a video of that on some hardwood. Basically just go up into the same bridge. Instead of doing this with the feet, we're gonna go smaller range of motion and just shimmy like we were cleaning our car or something. So you're shimmying maybe a couple inches in range, not reaching one at a time really far, really fast, really short ranges until you feel hamstrings cramp. And maybe they don't cramp, but they usually will. Then you'll do that whole round, starting from the front of this video to the end with the shimmies, and you'll do that 3 rounds. And you'll try to go longer with the shimmies before we cramp, but obviously we're gonna get really tired, so don't time yourself. Just do it till cramp or muscular failure on all those motions, 3 rounds.